lyrically genius.
Wait,
They just didn't slap. It didn't slap for me.
I can't overemphasize this. What he's talking about
I get that.
is so much more important
I get
than
that.
anything what Future's talking about.
I get that.
Main dude, last album with TDE. Yeah, man, let's just talk about it quick. What y'all think?
Kendrick?
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, I believe that Kendrick Lamar had a
Man,
say it with your chest,
bro. Come on out with it.
it was a mixed review for me. I find that Kendrick Lamar was speaking a real story that you can physically put yourself in and see or visualize, like his wording behind his words, the serious, dramatic, personal experiences that he's talking about his life and him growing up. You can put yourself in his shoes. Like, lyrically, it was genius. He is telling me a story that I can put a video and a movie to. Lyrically genius.
Okay, so
They just didn't slap. It didn't slap for me. It didn't, like, there wasn't a song where I'm like, like, let's turn up in the car. I'm, fist pumping out the fucking window. Now, don't get me wrong. I fucking slap Mr. Morale. That's the only one. Mr. Morale is the only one that slaps and got some, like, real heat behind it, too. For me, personally. I know there's some other ones. I'm pretty sure you could play them all. But for me, personally, I fell in love with Mr. Morale.
So how many listens did you take to it? Like, how many times did you listen to it?
I listened to the album twice. And when listening to it, I went through it in order. I had time. I was driving for a long period of time and was able to listen to the whole album twice. And when I did that, the one song that I continued to play was Mr. Morale. It was fire. Lyrical genius. Just didn't have me bobbing my head like I like to. That's all. That's all. I'm not saying it was bad.
But is that the problem with music nowadays, though?
Rip them in the comments, y'all. Rip this nigga.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me have it. You said it. You said it though.
Get 'em.
What you implying? Go ahead.
What I imply by that is, I mean, music has become now to where, I mean, it has to be a banger, right? You know, I mean, people forgot what the message they're putting across, what they're rapping about. I mean, you did speak on it, you know, about what he was talking about, like going through his whole life, you know, but I feel like the mass majority now listen to music for the club banger. And I think we're all guilty of it, you know, because honestly, I listened to the album and I was like, man, like it's a rough listen. You know, it's a rough listen because a lot of the beats they're not banging your ears. Right, you know what I mean? They're not a Beats by Dre. I put in my Beats by Dre headphones and I'm just sitting there and it's knocking. You know, and I've had arguments with several friends about this, about Kendrick not being a slapper in the car, and it's true. You know, a lot of his tracks don't slap, but
I mean, swimming pool
slaps.
No, he did.
Pull up. Drink.
I'm waiting for y'all to finish.
Go ahead. You on the same level of what I'm saying. So you're not necessarily disagreeing with what I'm saying. You kind of playing right into it.
I'm not disagreeing on his selection of beats. I'm not disagreeing. There really not too many slappers on there, but I think he put together an album. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not an everyday album. It's not an album where I'm gonna listen to Young Thug. I know it's gonna slap 1 through 16. You know, I think Kendrick put together a project where it's like, all right, sit down and listen. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And if you really listen to it, it's like, I feel like every other song, like they have a nice little beat to it. It's like a cool little beat, you know. But to me, like the message from start to beginning is just like, listen to what I got to say, and it's different nowadays. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, the mass majority don't listen to music for that. So I mean, that's the feel I got from it. I don't know how you feel about it, Rob.
Masterpiece. This is an artist at the top of his game, giving you, and you actually said something, you know, important, Warren. It's an album.
It is.
It's literally a storytelling. Like I think we all missing that. And let's understand something when it comes down to, you know, music. I understand it's subjective. You know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna take from it. It's gonna make them feel a certain type of way. Everybody's got different moods and things like that. But how I equate and how or I should say relate Kendrick and just not just this album, but his previous projects. It's it's the same comparison I make with film and movies. There's film, and then there's movies. Transformers, Fast and Furious, that's a movie, but it's digestible though. It's high pat action. It's entertaining. It's popcorn movie. You know, so that's the type of cinema that it is. The Godfather, Training Day. These are films. You're watching something that is like transcending its own platform in which it's based in. That's what he talking about. This album is, and the way he operates and the message that he's putting out there. Forget the lyrical ability. That's already at the top. There's really not a lot of guys touching him. You know what I mean?
Fact. Okay.
It's different than the actual lyrics itself. It's the concept. I don't think there's any rapper except maybe a few, maybe one that's alive right now, maybe one or two, and I'm thinking two, and that's it, that can even come up with the concepts to even talk about. Forget about putting the words together. There's a lot of guys can put words together good. There's a lot of guys that could do that. There's a lot of guys who can, their words create a visual. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of talented, artists out there. But the way his concept is so high, it's so above what the normal is. Like he resets the surface. Like everybody else is here on surface level. And I'm not talking about just, excellence. I'm talking about just what he's talking about. The content in it. It's like there's guys that they can't do that. They can't do that. That's the key part. They don't have the ability to. Their brains don't have that way of doing it. That's how I look at it. I was at the gym when I first listened to it. My first run, listened to it, and I've listened to it 6 times straight. As far as just playing it from song 1 all the way through. I was at the gym the first time I did it. I had to stop working out when I got to Mother I Sober. I had to stop.
Damn, like that?
Like what am I listening to? And it's so more, it transcends music. That's the thing to me. It transcends music. It's so way up there. That's why when someone wants to make the comparison, as you just said, with Future, the Future album's dope. It's a slapper.
Fire.
It's a slapper. All them songs, I can play that. Bro, I'm slapping that all day.
Fire.
The fact that you even brought that in the same conversation with what this is, it's not even close.
Only reason why is because of how recently they released their albums and how opposite they are.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That Future's music, Drake, a lot of these guys, and I'm talking about top tier guys, the guys that's at the top, that's out here. They, it's easier. They're digestible. The music is digestible. It's it's easily consumed. It's like it's something that's feel good. Yeah. It puts you in the right mood and stuff like that. As you just said. So a perfect example, like that movie 12 Years a Slave. That's a hard ass watch. But that was a great film.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the same thing. What you're listening to is like pure art.
Right.
I don't see many other artists that can actually emulate or even come close to that.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Who do you think could?
Off the top,
I only got 2.
Eminem. I got Lucas Joyner. Lucas Joyner does a really good job at explaining the story, but I mean he ain't mainstream like this boy Kendrick Lamar is.
That's tough to put Lucas in there.
I'm just saying when we're talking about writing a film masterpiece, lyrically genius, Lucas does a good job.
He does.
But what I'm saying is you said it. You said it yourself. It's a masterpiece. And I said he has a lyrical genius. It's great. But you was at the gym and you stopped working out.
Yeah.
Meaning that you're trying to listen to the lyrics that he's saying instead of relating to, bobbing your head to. My boy Future, man, he got...
But I had to stop listening because of the content of what he was talking about.
Which is some serious shit.
Yeah.
It's
and serious. I was like, whoa, what is he talking? Like that's how powerful the music is, the message is, the delivery, all those type of things.
But see, all I want is chicken. That's all the nigga Future said. That shit fucking slap. And I'm in the fucking daikon eating some fucking chicken. Nigga, I'm bobbing to that shit. That shit's fire. He got gold stacks. That shit fire. He even got For a Nut. That shit fire. Not only is it a stupid concept with the, a boss of bitch will do for a nut. It's stupid, but this shit slap.
But you're conditioned now. You're conditioned because 90% of the music now is all slap.
You gotta have a beat with it.
But
you gotta have a beat with it. It go hand
so
in hand.
So you saying that there's no songs on there that's got a dope beat to it?
No, I said it does. I like Mr. Morale.
N95 is hard.
Yes, it is.
Bro.
Oh yeah,
Rich Spirit.
Yeah, you're right.
Is hard.
Rich Spirit's good too, but it ain't.
Bro, that song,
It
bro,
still ain't.
That shit go mania.
It still ain't slapping. Let me ask you this question. Hold on. Let me try to find the right person. Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Without Dr. Dre, is he still Eminem?
I think so.
He's
50 Cent.
He's still Eminem.
Snoop Dogg, Tupac. So Dre, you're telling me that Dr. Dre don't make hits? Beats go hand in hand with the lyrics. If anything, the beat helps your lyric mush together.
Wait, but Eminem never raps over hot beats. So that's why I say Eminem is still.
So Dre didn't have hot beats?
What hot beat does Eminem rap on?
A lot.
Give me one.
Stan. Or not even Stan.
Stan's not a. That is Stan, but that's not a club banger.
That's not a club banger.
That's not a club
Right,
banger.
that was depressing. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
That's why I say Eminem is standalone. He'll be Eminem without Dre. 50 had hot beats. That's why he needed Dre. Kendrick don't need a hot beat. That's the difference.
His previous
voice,
albums.
That's what's so great about him. His voice is the beat. The way he's able to manipulate his voice and change his tune, it brings such a different element to the song. He can change his voice into like 3-4 different type of wavelengths, like just and sounds. And I just don't think I literally think there's really only two guys that can match him as far or at least come close as far as not just the content, his impact. I can't overemphasize this. What he's talking about.
I get that.
It's so much more important
I get
than
that.
anything what Future's talking about.
I get that.
So
I do
just
love
that alone.
I love my chicken though.
That alone,
shit.
alone is great, and because it's lyrical poetry is what you're listening to. But it's not just the way he's putting the words together, because that's where I find where Eminem to me is not. I guess you would say, I don't think he's the same level. And I like Eminem.
Whoa.
But my thing is this: when it comes to with Eminem, he puts words together well. Like he's basically a wordsmith.
So what you trying to say then?
I don't connect with it. What Kendrick be talking about is so high. Like you not even. I'm telling you right now. You need to re-listen to it. The stuff
I
that
heard.
What he's talking about is more than just real life stuff. He's articulating things that you're not even thinking about.
I don't think it's relatable to you.
It's more than relatable. I think it's relatable to a lot of people.
Okay.
I think it's experience.
Top 3 songs.
Right off the top of my head, I would say Rich Spirit,
You said that.
N95, and probably if I'm just saying like the songs I really like consistently listening to, N95, Rich Spirit, and Father Time.
Okay. What you got, Warren?
My top 3, I would say I like Rich Spirit, Die Hard, and Count Me Out. And I like honorable mention would be Savior.
Yeah, Savior's good. Silent Hill's good.
Once again, those are great songs because I like them all. Still, the only one I'm vibing with is Mr. Morale. Mr. Morale.
So do you agree that you're conditioned a little bit?
No, I wouldn't say I'm conditioned. Damn, you trying to like
you
assess
are
me?
Conditioned.
Give me a psych exam right here.
But you conditioned that you need a banger to make it be a great song.
All right, so on eating some fucking chicken.